Amen. Very good. All right, we're going to take up our offering now. And Blue, would you like to pray over that and just open us up in a word of prayer, please, as well?
Father, we just thank you, Lord, that we've been in the house of God tonight. Just ask, Father, you'll bless the prayer service, the preaching, and also the singing tonight. Just ask, Father, you'll bless those who give with a cheerful heart. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Our next one this evening is 527. We'll stand for this one, please. 527. 527. Throw out the lifeline. 527.
There is a brother who someone should save. Josh, you want to take that and be the mic man? Yeah, for those that are tuning in online on our Wednesday nights. We haven't quite worked out a system, I realised again. We haven't quite worked out how we're going to do this to incorporate live stream and how we do things on a Wednesday night. Doesn't quite work normally, but we'll do that this evening. Hand out the prayer cards. Isaac, you're caught eyes with you. Would you like to hand the prayer cards out this evening for us? We're not going to pray. We're going to pray at the very end, but we'll take the prayer requests now, and then after the prayer requests, then we'll go to Psalms and we'll get some feedback. We'll look at Psalms, and then we'll close at the very end. You guys are eager to get to prayer, are you? Maybe that's what it is. All right, well then, just turn that off, Josh, and we'll have a look at what we have here before us, Psalm 128. In studying this particular passage and looking at it, there was a song. I came across a song. I'd never heard the song before, and maybe some more educated people in here may have heard of it. It was an old folk song from about 1836, and it was called Home, Sweet Home. Now we think of Home, Sweet Home as the hymn, not the hymn. This was a folk band, and then the music was by an Englishman, and it was written about 200 years ago. And they felt that it would encourage desertion in the armies, that they would desert and go back home when they would sing this folk song at home. And this is the lyrics to this particular song. It says, "Mid pleasures and palace roam, be it ever so hum like home. A charm from the sky seems to hallow us there. Seek through the world is ne'er met elsewhere. Home, home, sweet, sweet home. There's no place like home. No place like home," says the chorus. It says, "An exile from home, splendor dazzles in vain. Oh, give me my lowly thatched cottage again. The birds singing gaily that come at my call, give me them with the peace of mind dearer than all. Home, home, sweet home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home." And they would sing that song. And that song was popular during the 1800s, and it seems to have lost. You can look it up and find it on YouTube, and some people singing it, an old song that they'd sing. But they'd sing it in the memories of home. Doesn't matter where you roam and where you go and the pleasures and the palaces of this life, there's no place like home, so says the song. And you can't help but look at this and think maybe that's what Psalms 128 is picturing for us. A home, a house. When I look at this particular verse number 3 stands out to me. "Thy wife shall be a fruitful vine by the sides of thine house, thy children like olive plants round about thy table." I preached from this passage once before. I have notes on this particular chapter, and it was from the 7th of October 2012, which was the last night the Harrises were here beforehand, way back in 2012, and Pastor Harris has passed away by that stage. And I used this passage. I don't know why I was doing the preaching that night. I think Pastor Thrush was away out of town. I think he was actually in America maybe. I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure the details of where he was. But they left there on the 7th of October was their last service to 12. And I used this verse because that to me was Pastor Harris. It was the verse that I best sum up the life that he had. His family was a wife that was as a fruitful vine by the sides of his house, and his children were like olive plants round about his table. It speaks of eloquence or opulence. That's what I see when I see this verse. And I find that verse to be, it's a beautiful verse. Whether you fully understand what does it mean that your wife is a fruitful vine and your children are olive plants, what does it actually mean? I'm not sure I know exactly, but I know the beauty of what is being conveyed, because there is a beauty to that. It just seems like it's a beautiful picture Now for me, this is what I picture. I picture a Tuscan home there in Tuscany or Italy, and a Tuscan kind of opulent house, and there's the cobbled stonework that is laid out all the way up to the house, immaculate.